A woman disguised as a beggar to test people's humanity by placing a few coins on the ground and asking a man passing by, "Sir, are these your coins?" The man picked them up and said, "Keep your dirty, smelly hands away from my money." The beggar replied, "I only told you that your money had fallen. At least thank me." The man angrily said, "Do not expect any reward from me." The beggar said, "What a sad world it has become, where people get angry when someone does a good deed." A company boss standing nearby marked a cross on the man's photo. A little later, a young man walked by and the beggar asked him for something to eat. He proudly replied, "I never give anything to beggars like you." Just then the beggar picked up an expensive watch and said, "Oh God, you have blessed me with such a valuable watch." The young man quickly snatched it and said, "That is mine." The beggar said, "Can I at least get a reward for returning such an expensive watch?" Instead of rewarding her, the young man poured water over her head, insulted her for being poor, and laughed loudly thinking he was a great person. The company boss marked a cross on his photo as well. After that, a young woman arrived. The beggar asked her for some food. The young woman kindly gave her own meal to the beggar. The beggar became very happy and thanked her with heartfelt prayers. Then the beggar dropped a gold chain on the ground and asked, "Is this yours?" The young woman replied, "I come from a poor family. I could never own such an expensive chain. You should keep it safe and return it to its real owner." The beggar tried to tempt her by saying, "You can keep it, it might be yours." But the young woman politely refused and walked away. This time the boss smiled and marked a circle on her photo. Soon the two young men started arguing with each other. One said, "All the valuable things from the boxes will be mine." The other replied, "No, they will be mine." A short while later, the short man, who was actually the company boss, called both candidates and said, "Your interview is over. You may leave my office." One of them asked, "What do you mean the interview's over?" The boss replied, "If you had even a little humanity, you would have helped the beggar outside instead of mocking her. Both of you are full of greed, and that is why neither of you will get this job. You will also have to return the watch and the money." Then the boss turned to the young woman and said, "You are the true person for this job because you have humanity." Hearing this, she became overjoyed. Every beggar is not really a beggar. Sometimes they are testing your humanity. What would you have done? If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel.